A blonde-haired gal from my school came as my housekeeper.
I'm your housekeeper, Miran. It's nice to meet you.
It's nice to meet you too. How did it end up like this? I think back about how it all started. One day, my dad came home with a young woman.
Your dad has decided to marry this woman.
Nice to meet you.
What?
Anyway, that's why this person's going to be your mom from now on.
What kind of reason is that? Listening to what he had to say, the woman was apparently his junior at work, and they had been dating for a year. My dad has his own happiness, and I don't really care who he dates. As long as he's happy, that's all that matters. Is what I was thinking, but...
So I'm sorry, but I need you to leave the house.
Leave the house?
Well, your dad just got remarried, right? I want to enjoy the newlywed life, just the two of us. But don't worry, I've already rented a place for you to live.
Already? You're too prepared for this.
Oh, and don't worry about the money. Since we'll both be working, we'll be able to afford it. Thanks in advance.
And that's how I ended up being kicked from my house. Over the weekend, I moved into the one-bedroom apartment he had rented for me. At first, I was worried about what would happen, but once I got into things, it wasn't that bad. I don't need to listen to my dad nag about this or that, and I get to spend time surrounded by all the otaku stuff I brought with me. Truly an ideal living space. That's right, I'm actually an otaku who pretends to be a normal student. But my ideal lifestyle wouldn't last long. I should probably clean my room. There was no way someone like me who had never done any chores could clean or do laundry. And before I knew it, my room was filthy. Who's that? When I went to the front door and opened it, I couldn't believe my eyes. Miran-san?
Eiji-kun?
Standing there was my classmate, Miran-san, one of the most famous blonde gals in our school. She's famous for always spending her time alone, and because of that, there are many bad rumors about her. Why would someone like her be… What are you doing here?
I was hired as the housekeeper for this apartment.
Housekeeper? From what I heard, Miran-san was working part-time as a housekeeper. And my dad, who thought that I would be living an indecent lifestyle now that I was alone, hired her from a housekeeping agency to take care of me.
I knew it was filthy.
And that's how the most famous gal from our school came to become my housekeeper.
Well then, I'll get right to the housekeeping.
Yeah, please do so.
That was the last of the living room. Now for the room over.
I'll take care of that myself. That room is the only thing I can't let her see. That room is the secret room where I stored all my otaku stuff. There are manga and DVDs of anime in there, and figurines of my favorite characters. If people were to find out that I was an otaku, they would definitely look down on me. If word got out at school, that peaceful school life that I've maintained by keeping a low profile would come to an end.
Since I took this on as work, I have to be thorough.
Wait a second!
This is…
Oh no, it's over.
Eiji-kun, you like anime?
Yeah, actually.
My sister and I like it too. We often watch it together.
Your sister? And then Miran-san began to talk about herself. She comes from a single mother family, and their finances were tight. So she started working part-time as a housekeeper to make ends meet. She has a younger sister who loves anime.
While I'm working, my sister watches the house by herself. I always end up making her feel lonely, so I at least want to let her watch her favorite anime while I'm gone. But it costs a lot to buy them, or even just rent.
I see. Oh, that's right. I can just lend you some of mine if you'd like.
Are you sure?
Yeah, don't worry and go ahead.
Thank you very much. But we don't have a video player.
I'll lend you that too. And not that it's related, but I have a favor.
What is it?
I want you to not talk about how I'm an otaku at school.
Why is that?
I mean, people make fun of these kinds of hobbies, right?
I think that it's amazing to have a hobby you can devote yourself this much to. But I understand. This will be our little secret.
Thank you. And so, Miran would come over twice a week to do housekeeping. Come on in!
Thanks for having me.
I was surprised at how different she was from the impression I had of her from school. But talking to her, I found that she was a kind person and gentle girl who cares deeply about her family. Not at all like the delinquent in the rumors. Talking about anime in between chores, choosing which anime she would borrow next together. I had never talked about anime with anyone before, let alone a girl. So the time we spent together became something important to me. As I found myself becoming drawn to Miran, one day, Miran-san, your hair. There was Miran, who had dyed her hair black and was wearing a maid uniform. She looked so different that I couldn't tell who she was for a moment.
Does it not suit me?
That's not it! It suits you really well. But why?
There were often black-haired maids in the anime I borrowed from you, so I thought you might like those kinds of girls.
Yeah, I love them. I mean...
In that case, I'm glad.
But was it okay to dye your hair?
Yes. It's not like I wanted to have blonde hair anyway.
What? Really?
It's what my mom likes. She thinks me and my sister are her princesses. And since princesses have blonde hair, I've had blonde hair since I was little.
Thinking that all princesses have blonde hair is a bit straightforward, but basically Miran wasn't really a gal, just doing what her mom likes. I also heard from her that she isn't unfriendly, just shy, and has been unable to get along with her classmates because of her appearance. But is your mom okay with you dyeing your hair black?
When I told her it was to match my friend's taste in girls, she happily helped me dye it. She told me to be a Yamato Nadeshiko now and not a princess.
Is that so? I'm curious about why her mother was okay with it, but I'm even more curious about why Miran would want to match my tastes. As thanks for always letting her borrow anime? Or maybe... No way. What am I getting my hopes up for? Not for an introverted otaku like me.
From now on, I'll be doing housekeeping dressed like this.
Yeah, I'm counting on you. The next day, the classroom was in an uproar. After dyeing her hair black, Miran had gone from a solitary blonde gal to an upright young lady. She no longer seems unapproachable, and the number of boys wanting to talk to her quickly increased, making her suddenly popular. Miran herself seems very confused. As I look at Miran from a distance, I think to myself, I'm happy that Miran is getting to talk to her classmates, but at the same time it feels like she's getting farther away from me. Thinking that was a bit sad. One day, sometime after that, that's Miran-san? At lunchtime, I saw the popular girls in my class taking Miran to the rooftop. I got worried and decided to secretly follow them, but...
Hey Miran, aren't you getting a little carried away lately?
Are they bullying her?
I don't know why a gal like you would suddenly dye their hair and act like a good girl, but it must be a nice feeling to have the boys fawning over you. I didn't mean to.
It seems like they don't like Miran, who suddenly became popular with the boys. What should I do? I don't think I could have done anything even if I had stepped in, but I couldn't just sit back and watch silently. Wait a second!
Huh?
The reason Miran dyed her hair black was because of me!
What?
I'm actually an anime otaku, and I let Miran-san borrow my anime a lot, and she found out that a lot of my favorite characters have black hair, so... I tried desperately to explain that Miran wasn't actually a gal, and that she was doing her best working part-time for her family, and that she was actually just shy. I don't care if they find out my secret, but I couldn't stand the thought of Miran being bullied or misunderstood because of me.
So what? Are you two going out? What? We're not going out!
Well, that's true, but it hurts to be denied so plainly.
But I do love Eiji-kun.
What did you just...
I'm bored now. Let's go. Thank you so much.
It's fine. I'm sorry I told everybody about your situation.
Don't worry about it. Eiji-kun, you were also keeping your hobby a secret.
It's okay. It's better than having you be misunderstood. What you said earlier, were you serious?
Yes. As we became friends, I was aware that I was attracted to you. But after you helped me, I understood clearly. Eiji-kun, I love you. Please go out with me.
You're alright with someone like me?
Eiji-kun is the one for me.
Thank you. I love you too. Please be my girlfriend.
Yes, I'm looking forward to it.
And that's how the former most famous blonde gal in our school became my girlfriend.